Hi, welcome to Theorem. In this lesson, we will prove the second part of Theorem 4, which says that the perpendicular from a point to a line is unique. If you remember video plane geometry 9.1, there we saw theorem number 4, which had two parts. The first part was from any point not on a given line, from any point not on a given line, it's possible to draw a perpendicular to that line. So we proved this part. We proved this part A of our proof, in the previous video with this name. Now, the second part of the proof is what? We need to also prove that this perpendicular is unique. Okay, let's prove that the perpendicular drawn from a point to a line is unique. Only one. There is not more than one a perpendicular which can be drawn from a given point to a line. Let's say that P is a point not on the line A, and assume that we have more than one perpendicular. It's possible to draw more than one perpendicular from point P to the line A. Why do we assume it? Again, for a contradiction, because we will use proof by contradiction method for this to prove this second part of the theorem. Okay. I'm not writing that let A be a line in the plane, P a point not on the line A. I will quickly start. Okay, I apologize. Assume quickly. Assume. Why do we do it? To find a contradiction. For a contradiction, that it's possible to draw two perpendiculars from point P to the line A. Okay, let me draw it a figure, a simple figure. Let's say that PH1 is my first perpendicular from P to the line A, and let's say that PH2, because I need space, I'm drawing it like that. Assume that PH2 is a second perpendicular. Let's say that this angle is 90 degrees. Okay, I see that, I understand that it's weird, but we need to demonstrate it somehow. So let PH1, I apologize, I said PH, let it be H1 and this H2. Okay, so let PH1 and PH2 are both perpendicular to the line A. And these two lines, as you see, PH1 is a line, PH2 is another line. They are intersecting at point P. This is a contradiction. Why? Quickly we reached a contradiction. Why? Because we know that if I have two lines like PH1 and PH2 here, which are both perpendicular to the same third line, then these two lines cannot intersect. We learned it in theorem number 2, and we also proved it, right? Theorem number 2 said, this was in video plane geometry 5. In theorem number 2, we learned that two lines which are both perpendicular to a third line do not intersect. Two lines which are both perpendicular to a third line do not intersect. Here, I apologize. Here, I see two lines, PH1 and PH2, that are both perpendicular to a third line A, and they are intersecting at P. This contradicts to our theorem number 2. Okay? So, since our assumption leads to a contradiction, it's impossible to draw more than one perpendicular from one point to a line. That's all. We explained the whole theorem. I'm quickly writing what I told you now. Okay, I will finish it quickly. But this is a contradiction. Because pH1 and pH2 are two lines which are both perpendicular to the third line, to a third line, A. This contradicts to theorem number 2. So, it's impossible to draw more than one, let's say. If 2 is impossible, third one is also impossible. So there is no need to write 2. It's impossible to draw more than one perpendicular from a point to a line. This perpendicular must be unique, right? I apologize. This perpendicular must be unique. So that's all. We also proved the second part of our theorem. A perpendicular from a point to a line must be unique. It should be only one. Thank you. I hope that you enjoyed how we proved the theorem using proof by contradiction. Please subscribe my channel and support me. See you in the next lesson. Bye.